Hey y'all, another famous 3:35 in the morning video. I've been out here since about 2. Went in from the last video, had supper, had a bite, had supper, got a shower, was going to come back out, sat in my chair for just a minute, and y'all know what happened. I woke up late, missed most of the live streams. I'm catching up on them now while I'm working around the shop out here. Well, let me show y'all the new grinder. I got it all set up. I've got a 80 grit disc on here, and this is the Harbor Freight 80 grit belts, which I can see already I'm going to have to replace that. I'm going to have to order some better ones. That's the hardest, the coarsest grit they have, and it's not quite enough. It doesn't have quite the RPMs I thought it did, but it's going to work just fine. Especially for the heavy grinding on the bigger knives, it's going to work just fine. Now I made myself a different tool rest. This is a piece of stainless steel. It came with, I don't know if you can see it, this little bitty one here that set way up away from the blade, the belt, and the blades actually started hanging down in there, so I just went ahead and fixed it. On this side, when you try to run a blade or something across this aluminum, it wants to catch, it won't slide smooth. So I just cut me another piece of stainless and put here, epoxied it down. And with this, I can't use the little T-square that comes with it, but I've never used that thing anyway. That's for truing the edges and all that. It's going to work out pretty good, I think. The only problem I have is my power source. I have 2 plugs wired to my table, and I've got them sort of makeshifted with a extension cord running to a plug box, which is not big enough. It wants to hesitate when it runs, when it starts up, and it pulls too much power for that. So somewhere in this shop there is a half a roll of electrical wire. Somewhere, I don't know where, I can't find it, but I'm just going to run me a separate circuit over here just for this. Now turn it on right quick and show you. Ain't that neat? Now I can very easily loosen up one bolt right there and lay the whole thing back down if I need to. But for grinding big blades like this one, so I worked on that one a little bit. Now I am a hand grinder. I tried jigs, and I cannot use a jig as well as I can my hands, so that's the way that'll go. And while I was at it, I made me a new work rest, stainless steel work rest for my 1x30, which is still a very good grinder for what it is. And Old Faithful is still set up. And what else did I do out here? I done some cleaning. I got the air conditioner cleaned out, sprayed down with mold and mildew because it's been sitting all so-called winter, because I'm going to need it shortly. It's 74 degrees out here right now with 97% humidity. So it is what it is. But what else did I do? I got this bench cleaned off. Never mind the other one because it's not cleaned off. Next time we'll spend a couple hours over here cleaning up that, and still searching for that electrical wire. I've got it, I know it's here, I just don't know where it's at. But I just wanted to show you all this. I think it's going to work out just fine. I like it. It was a big investment, but anything to make things easier, I think is worth it. And because the sander, the grinder I was going to build, a lot of people use the Harbor Freight motor, this 1 horsepower motor. That by itself is $120 to buy a motor. So if this part of it ever fails, I've already got a motor, so I can revisit that project. Alright, that's it for right now. I'll show y'all a little bit more here in just a little bit, if I get any more done. Like I said, I'm catching up on my live streams. Got through watching Deep South a few minutes ago. Now I'm watching Old Ways, New Times. I'm listening more than I am watching. The live streams, I like to watch almost everybody's. I really like to. I don't see where y'all have the time to watch everybody's. Sorry, I don't have time, because the shop is pretty much, the hobby is pretty much taken up to a full-time level, just about, which is okay. I'm working in some new things here and there, and I'm going to get a little better schedule on when I work out here, so I'm not out here every day, all day, 6-7 days a week. So if y'all don't see me on your live stream, I'm watching later most of the time, but I enjoy everybody's. May even do one myself one day, who knows, if I can figure out how to do it. If anybody might watch, I don't know, but we'll see. Alright, get some more done, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, alright, it took a little bit of work, but I got this bench over here cleaned off, pretty much, where I can work some more. Just about caught up on my live streams. Finishing up watching these guys. I started watching it live and I fell asleep, but just saying. But looks like the weather is going to come in earlier than I thought it was, so the garden work for today is probably not going to happen. I'll get out there in a little bit if it don't rain, but it looks like it's going to start here any minute. So if it does, being as it's Sunday, I think I'll go in and kick back and rest some. Anyway, main thing I wanted to show y'all was my new Pride and Joy there. And there's a bunch of roughed out knives here. And work continues. So, hope it wasn't a boring video. If it was, sorry. But thank y'all for watching. I thank you for your support, and I will see you later.